even they themselves, they were denying that we had an expiry date for that MOU.
Right.
It was the 7th of March. Now, Brian, they go to Dennis, sorry. They go to KICC and then they purport to extend by 60 days something they claim has not expired. Why are you extending it if there is no expiry date? You know? And for me, some of my problems emanate from my assessment of the implementation of the MOU. Now, it's public knowledge because Baba told the country that it is Sifuna who wrote that document. It is true. We wrote that document ourselves. And there's a background. You know, when Raila came from the AU race, they flew him direct to Mombasa. And when he arrives at Mombasa State House, he finds that they had prepared a document. Actually, it was more or less a coalition agreement with UDA. And Baba says, there's no way I can sign this document. His style was, first speak to my people.
Right.
Yeah. And you see him embarking on these consultations across the country, talking to people. And Mzee used to know, even when people were patronizing him, he comes back from the initial consultations were in the coast. He comes back from those consultations. And in front of all of us as leaders of ODM, you know, I saw Caleb Hamisi, my brother, doing a radio interview with a Bible in his hand. I think that thing should be standard now. Everybody should hold a Bible and tell the truth. You know? So Baba comes back from those consultations at the coast and he says he can tell when people are afraid to annoy him or to disappoint him. He can tell people who are being patronizing. He can tell people who are afraid to tell him what they actually feel. So he says out of Kilifi, Mombasa and Kwale, the only people who told him what they actually felt about that proposal to do an MOU with UDA are the people of Kwale.
Okay.
Yes. He says they are psychophans in Mombasa. He said it himself in front of people. It's not the people of Mombasa. It's the leadership in Mombasa that have decided to be psychophans. Ati baba we kile ambacho utaamua sisi tutafanya tu. Kwa sababu, you know, as a leader, you also depend on people to shape you sharpen your ideas, to bounce off ideas. You cannot just have people who say, oh, Sifuna akisema left, tunaenda left. You know? So, the 10-point agenda, there is that conversation. And then we have a central committee meeting at night in Kisumu, the day before we did the Jamboree in Busia.